Hey guys, welcome to Heart and Homestead with Dawn and welcome to my garden. I am in the sweet potato patch and I'm super excited because today we are going to be harvesting some sweet potatoes and I want to bring you along on the journey. So if you've never harvested a sweet potato before, you're gonna like this video. So let's get going. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is the leaf of the sweet potato plant. So if you did not know, the leaf of the sweet potato plant is actually edible and it should be harvested along the growing season. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by going through and harvesting the small tender leaves, and actually the shoot of the small tender leaves are edible as well. We're not going to harvest the really big leaf, and these are super nutritious for you. They're great in stir fries. A lot of Asian people eat them. You can eat them raw. What I'm super excited about doing with them is dehydrating them and turning them into a powder so that I can use them in soups and smoothies all winter long. So let's start harvesting leaves. And then after we're done harvesting the leaves, we're gonna get to the sweet potato. Just wanna show you how they grow. Look at this. So see these sweet potatoes, some of them are popping themselves right out of the ground and they are saying, please pick me. So first we're gonna harvest the leaves, then we're gonna harvest the potatoes. Ready? Let's go. Okay guys, so we filled up a basket of tender leaves and I'm gonna bring these in the house to start processing them. We did not hand pick one leaf at a time. We just cut off the tips of each vine that was growing out. And so that's step number one. Step number two now is we're gonna find our row. So we did plant these in rows. And the way we're doing that is by finding a potato. Once we find that potato, we know we've got a row there. And then we're gonna just get ourselves a good pair of scissors. These are obviously garden shears. They're not kitchen shears. We're gonna just pull up that vine and we're gonna start cutting as much of it off as we can to expose the row, as you can see right here, so that we can pitchfork and get these potatoes out. So that's the step that we're on right now. Step number two. Take up the vine. Ready? Let's do it. Okay, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about this whole sweet potato thing. So when we had our farm in New York State, we tried to grow sweet potatoes and we weren't very successful. We did get some, but we didn't get a lot. So that's why we're super excited with what we're seeing already happening here in North Carolina with our sweet potatoes. I've showed you a couple of them. There's a few on the ground here that are the size of my foot. They're just huge. And so Brendan is loosening up the soil right now in the row that we cleared, and then we're gonna go through and see how many sweet potatoes we can find. So the thing about sweet potatoes is they need about 110 days to grow. You can actually start harvesting them sooner than we harvested them, a little bit sooner. Ours have been in the ground about 120 days, and maybe get a smaller sweet potato. We're not marketing ours, meaning we're not selling them. We're giving them away and we're eating them. So we don't really care how big they are. I prefer them bigger so that way I don't have to peel as many. I only have to peel one. But you can harvest them earlier to get a smaller potato. So, okay, so let's get to the next step.
So one came from all the way underneath there. I pierced it.
So the thing with sweet potatoes is that they grow down, so there could be some hidden underneath the ground. One sweet potato plant, which is called a slip, can yield 4 to 6 sweet potatoes. So you have to be super careful, especially when using a pitchfork, that you don't pierce it. The good thing about them is if you do pierce it, it's not that big of a deal because they will heal over.
See, underneath. Oh, pierce that
Here
one.
you go. That's what I'm talking about. They're hiding. Would you equate this to digging for gold, honey?
Yeah, actually, one type of potato is called Yukon Gold, but that's a regular Irish potato. These are called.
Especially in the times that we're living, right?
Yes, food will be gold. Like gold, worth more than gold. You can eat food, you can't eat gold.
Yep. Okay guys, so Brendan pitchforked the entire row on both sides, and a lot of the potatoes are right on the surface, but some of them are hidden underground. So we're just gonna go through again and see what we can pull out. Look at that, the size of it. And you gotta kind of have to get in there with your hands, and I think we're gonna maybe come through and pitchfork this section again just to see. Look, I see a root of something. See it?
Yeah, it's a baby.
It could just be a little baby. Oh, just a baby root, but it's okay. We're gonna just set all the ones that we find. Here's one, I just broke it. It's okay. It'll heal on the side that's broken. And there could be more. There could be more. Every potato that you plant, every slip, it's called a slip when you first plant them, and I'll put a picture of what that looks like, I hope, if I can find it. But every slip should produce a yield of like anywhere from 4 to 6 potatoes depending on where you live. But listen, I feel like I'm a little kid in the garden getting ready to make mud pies over here. The soil is gorgeous. It's cool on a warm day to have my hands in the soil, and it feels like, you know, I'm going on a treasure hunt. It's so much fun. Look at that. Oh, there's another one there. Look at this. Twins. This one is going way down. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at, let me just to give you an idea, from the tip of my middle finger or from my forearm, how big that is. I am loving this. This is fabulous. My goodness. All right, so far, first digging, this is what we've gotten. We haven't gone back through and pitchforked, but Brendan's gonna do that in a second while I tend the ones that we harvested. This is what we've got. These were mostly on the surface. Really not a lot of digging to get these up. So we're gonna go through one more time. All right guys, so the next step with sweet potatoes is getting them ready to cure, which is a pretty simple process. So you don't want to pierce the skin really, so just gently wipe off all the dirt with your hand, and then you're just going to trim off that root right there, and then put it in a bucket, and we're gonna bring it in the house. We're gonna put it in our sunroom and cover them up with a blanket and tuck them in, and we're gonna let them sit for how long? I forget. Was
2 weeks.
It 2 weeks before we take them out and store them for long-term storage over the winter. This one, look at that. It's got a little bramble going there, so I'm just gonna go ahead and cut it right here at the tip. Brush off as much of the dirt as I can. Put it in there. And while I'm doing that with all of the peppers that we just unearthed, Brendan's gonna go back through.
Sweet potatoes.
I'm sorry, sweet potatoes. Brendan's gonna go I was just eating the leaf of a pepper. Brendan's gonna go back through with the pitchfork and go a little bit deeper to see if there's any more hidden. I'll let you know. Okay guys, so we finished that one row and I wanna show you what we got. I forgot to leave the second digging one separate, so forgive me for that, but here's what we have so far. 2 5-gallon buckets full of sweet potatoes. When we did the second digging, the ones that were down further were actually a little bit smaller, but that's okay too, because they're just absolutely beautiful. We've got all different shapes and all different sizes, but wait till you see this over here. So here's the thing. Once you start doing this, you really don't want to stop. So I came over here and I said, oh honey, look, let's just get these ones that are surfacing, because we're not going to do this whole section until next weekend. We're going to do a section at a time. And so he started digging them up. Show me.
So I started digging this up, and out came these.
Look at the size.
These two, and then there's more here.
Can you hold them up?
Yeah.
Like, look at that. That is a crazy size sweet potato.
And there's more as we go this way too, look. All right,
Wow.
there we go.
One is rotten.
One is rotten. We gotta get
So we're
them
going
out
to
of here.
leave that in the ground for the worms, because the worms love it. And we love worms in our garden, right?
Yep.
So we're going to leave that rotten piece there in the ground. It truly is just like digging for treasure. So that's why once you start, you don't want to stop. Let's say goodbye now, honey.
Bye.
Bye.
Grow your own food.
Yeah, so we just want to say thank you for watching. If you've liked this video and you aren't already subscribed, please subscribe, please like, please share, and please comment. We really appreciate it. Have a blessed day, and yes, grow your own food.